Yeah.
Okay. Hi guys. Alright, we're gonna go over a quick demo on how to change the blade for a saw stop and use a dado blade. I think these are valuable skills to have and something that will help you with your practicum projects. So, first off, most importantly, if you're ever getting inside of the saw stop, make sure not only that the saw stop is off, but preferably also maybe unplug it as well. So, when we do that, we have our saw stop unplugged, and we're going to go inside, take off the zero clearance insert, and see how to take this off. Alright, so this is a typical blade, usually 1/8 of an inch, and the wrenches, in order to take off the blade, are always down on the side of the table, right here. There's 2 of them. You're going to take one for each side. This one goes here, left side, slides in nice. And this you're going to twist them opposite. That's tight. This is loosened. You unscrew all the way the nut that comes with, and there is also an oversized washer that holds the blade down. And take that off, and then the blade slides right out. And right here for the side. Alright, so really important to note, I think this is a good time to bring in all of our dado items. So this is the dado blade. It comes with 2 different blades, one for the right and the left side. And you'll notice by the arrow, you want both arrows pointing towards you or pointing down into the wood, obviously taking it away. So this is the right side and left side. We have chipper blades, which will be going in between. I usually set like this, and we'll learn how to put that in later. We have spacers, and we have special shims, which are they're very different, different sizes in here. There's about 7 different shims. This is for very precise measurement. And if you look here, this is a scale that we can use, or a chart, to determine how wide of a space we want to make with our dado blade. The dado blade can go up to 7/8 of an inch, but we're going to do a 1/2 inch right now, just to show you kind of the basics of how to set it up. Alright, so first off, the most important part is when you're switching to a dado blade, you're also switching the safety mechanism in the saw stop, because you need a wider catch for the safety mechanism to actually go off. So, I'm gonna come down in here, and if you see, this is where down in this little switch that's red, if you flip it up all the way and pull out, that's how you unlock the safety mechanism. And then it's a little shimmy, and the safety mechanism comes all the way out. So this is the standard one for 1/8 of an inch saw blade. And you can put that over here. Keep everything neat and organized. And then this is our dado blade saw stop. You'll notice it has these 2 holes here, and then there's this one metal kind of rod jutting out. That's where this one goes, and kind of set it up from there. It slides in like that, and then you take the key, put that back in, and then twist it, and it should lock back into place. Everything's. Put this down. This is for the splitter guard, and because we're using a dado blade, we're not using one, so just make sure you put that down when everything's done. And that is how you have your safety mechanism set up for your dado blade. After that, since we're doing a 1/2 inch, we're going to go to our chart. And our chart says a 1/2 inch requires the left blade, which is A, the right blade, which is B, and then 2 chipper blades, which are these guys in the middle. So let's get that set up. Here's our left blade. And you notice, like I said before, make sure the arrow is pointing down, going into the table. And have that set. And then you're going to want to put chippers in between. Obviously, the left and right are the last blades, or the outside blades of the set. And occasionally you might need to use spacers as well. Dependent on whatever number of spacers you're using, make sure you evenly distribute them between your chippers and your left and right blade. Meaning don't have one spacer here, like so, in between, and then butt up a blade next to themselves. It's best to have a spacer and then a blade, a spacer, then a blade, a spacer, then a blade. All right. So we're doing 2 chippers. First off, make sure this is facing the right direction, which it is not. You'll notice this is the kind of blade, and you want that to be facing down into the table. And without spacers, these ones set up like so, so that you see these blades fit perfectly in between. The blade of your outside, or the little chip piece, fits right nicely. You can get on the side too, right here. So, because you don't want any of this to touch that. All right. Then you're going to spin the blade 90 degrees to make a little cross. Put the next chipper down. Left side for 1/2 inch. And then if your spacer, the oversized spacer for the original blade, can fit, then put that on too. Sometimes if you're making a much wider cut, it won't. So then just use the nut. All right. Take your wrenches. Give it a nice, not too much torque, but make sure it's tight. And take your dado blade insert, which has the special, you'll see the cutout is much wider than for your standard blade. Slide that